Good evening. Welcome to another lovely episode of Facts Over Feelings. I am trying to get myself prepared, but tonight we have my co-host here, Mr. Jordan Roman.
Hello, hello, hello. How's everybody doing?
And we have the Michelle Bryant of WNOV fame, y'all.
Yeah.
She done came, yes. She done came through again for us.
Man,
So.
come hang out with the rich people.
She said the rich people.
Yeah.
That's funny. Right. What at? What at?
Radio station.
What
We're
at?
struggling.
That is too funny. Y'all definitely ain't struggling.
Oh, we struggling.
Y'all struggling. She said they struggling,
We
y'all.
struggling.
She said they
Speaking of that, have y'all heard anything from the new owners yet around the new process or anything? Or
any changes?
Yeah, everybody,
changes.
There's been some communication.
Okay.
They still are waiting for the FCC.
Okay.
They got to
Oh.
the last leg. So
Okay.
before you fully own it, they had to have a public hearing process so the public can come in and weigh in on the sale. We heard that none other than Gary George wanted to contest the sale of the radio station.
Gary George.
It's always drama. It's always drama. You
Okay, Gary.
can't run for local office. You got to have something to do. So yeah,
I guess.
Yeah, we got the paper, saw paperwork that he had filed to stop the sale of the radio station. So people being special.
Okay. But so far, you guys haven't been told of any wholesale changes.
No,
Or
right now,
anything.
it is. We've been left, to do business as we had been.
Oh,
There's
good.
not been any major disruptions. I think right now, trying to get the formality of the sale out of the way,
Okay.
and at some point, obviously, we'll begin to hear, kind of what's going on. But nobody's been asked to leave yet.
Okay. Well, that's good.
That's
I mean, that was a lot of people's thought processes that when we heard about the sale, folks was like, "Oh, they gonna take away all the shows and all this stuff." I'm like, I hope not. But that's good to know that for now.
Yeah, look, and everything is always like that. But from what we understand, and I don't know a ton about the owners, I'm familiar with the Civic Media brand. That's the organization that bought WNOV.
Okay.
More progressive leaning owner. When you look at the catalog, because I think they own like about 30 radio stations.
Oh. Okay.
But they are small radio stations, tend to lean more progressive. And so I think that these are folks that share a lot of the same values that we already had at the radio station.
That's good.
So it shouldn't be like a culture shock in terms of how they move forward, I would hope.
Okay.
Yeah.
That's good to know. That's really
And
good to know.
they bought the old 1290.
Really?
Oh no, yeah.
Didn't know that.
Mhm.
Oh wow. Okay.
Because I had saw that
Okay.
sale. It happened like September, October last year.
Okay. That was
And
quiet.
later ended up finding out that they had, in fact, had purchased that too.
Okay. Wow.
But the
Huh?
guy, one of the guys that is pivotal in this whole thing, he actually used to work at 12.
Can you get your mic? I don't know if they can
Oh,
hear
shoot.
you.
Uh-oh. Uh-oh.
Oh,
I just noticed
okay,
that.
I
yeah.
didn't even realize.
Can they hear me? My mic is kind of far too.
Mic check.
Yeah.
We good.
Mic check.
Yeah.
Mic check. Mic check.
Yeah.
Yeah. I'm sorry, y'all.
Yeah.
Hopefully that
Say all that again. Yeah.
Right.
Say-
And what'd you say again? No, we should be all right. Yeah, well, that's wonderful. Again, thank you, Michelle, for joining us this evening. As I say, and I tell folks the way we start off is definitely not the way we're going to end. Well, we have a whole bunch to get to. I would be remiss if I did not pay homage to the late great Reverend Jesse Jackson.
Yeah.
His funeral arrangements are this weekend, right? He's lying in state for a few days at
Yes.
Push Coalition.
Tomorrow,
headquarters,
Thursday
right?
and Friday.
Is he lying in state? I thought that the
He's
My-
lying in
my
state
He's
at-
not going to say at
Push
Push
Head.
Coalition.
okay at Push Coalition. Okay, gotcha.
headquarters.
Yeah.
Okay.
And
But the family, what I was just informed of, the family did request for him to lie and stay at the Capitol.
Right, and
Which
it was
was denied.
denied by the
Yeah.
speaker.
but he
yeah.
will be lying in
Will he lie
state
in
state?
somewhere
Good.
in DC.
Good, well deserved
really?
as
Yeah,
he
he's
should.
going to
Yes.
be in DC, and he's also going to be in South Carolina.
Okay,
Good.
because
Yeah,
that's
and
where
then
he's
there'll
from,
be
South Carolina. That's where he's born.
Right, and then there'll be a full, what they call people celebration I think that's happening on March 7th.
Oh wow.
Mhm.
So I had
Yeah.
put the most updated information on my Facebook
I think I
page.
saw that. Yes.
And so,
yes.
yeah, anyone that wants, and then I have one other one that I just got today, and I'll drop that in there. But yeah, they were like, okay, if it's not going to be at the U.S. Capitol, he still will be in D.C.
Yeah,
good. Because he
Good.
he definitely is befitting and deserving of all that he got coming to him. And it's just hilarious to me, y'all lower the flags for Mr. Charlie Clerk, but
Yeah, that was crazy.
I mean, just got a highway. The Arizona legislature
what?
introduced a bill to name a stretch of the highway after him.
Oh Lord.
Yeah, it's madness. One of the things I was listening
Oh
to
God.
different podcasters. I listen to podcasters from around the world. And one of the things that I was heartened by is we haven't even thought about the international
Mm-hmm.
response to Jesse Jackson's
Mhm.
death.
Mm-hmm.
And so there were people all over the world that were talking about him coming to their respective countries,
Yeah.
the impact that he's had, how he came in and explained how to appropriately do affirmative action, in terms of governments. Bodies were like working with him, and it was crazy. They talked about, like, I think one of his planes landed up on a U.S. Navy ship. Like,
Yeah.
Jesse had gravitas
Yeah.
around the world.
Yeah.
Man.
Well,
So-
they were also talking about. I was listening to Karen Hunter today around the negotiations he did with the hostages back in the day.
In
too.
the
So, like,
90s.
the
yeah,
international impact that he had on the world, not just the Black community, but the entire world, is definitely be missed.
Man.
We had a
Yeah.
running joke.
Yeah.
Former state representative Lakeisha Myers would always say, if anything happened to me, call Jesse.
Call Jesse.
I don't care what go on.
Oh,
Call
that's too
Jesse.
funny. Hey, yeah.
Even when he was in the wheelchair,
Yeah.
call
Call
Jesse.
Jesse, yeah. And then we didn't realize that he locally in Milwaukee, with the Jeffrey Dahmer situation, he was instrumental in making sure that Jeffrey Dahmer was treated like a person that was facing.
Well, and
what
let
he
me
was
be
facing.
clear. Let me be clear. So, Sister Jeanette Herrera here in Milwaukee, who does the annual King Fest program,
Mhm.
they were a part of their coalition that reached out to Jesse Jackson to say, they bringing Jeffrey Dahmer in the courtroom, all casual,
Right. Right.
And no, if this was anybody else, they would be handled differently.
Yeah.
And
Exactly.
Reverend Jackson came. He came during the Kyle Rittenhouse uprising
Mhm.
and the situation down in Kenosha. Having worked in Senator Taylor's office, Jesse Jackson was instrumental in Act 10. When they did the legislation to take away the collective bargaining rights
Mhm.
for unions except for police. And when the 14 Democrats left the state of Wisconsin to deny Republicans a quorum to vote on Act 10, they fled to Chicago. Jesse then was like, hey, we'll help hide y'all. Come on through. We'll feed y'all. We'll make sure you got what you need.
Yeah.
So he's
Yeah.
been, in the background on so many things that have happened in Wisconsin. And I'm really thankful that during the King Fest celebration that was held at Wisconsin Black Historical Society, we got to honor him. And so his son, Congressman Jonathan Jackson, was right over on 27th and Center on Martin Luther King's birthday. He was the keynote speaker, and he received a plaque from the county on behalf of his dad, acknowledging his father's role in Milwaukee.
And then he came on your show and did a little segment too, didn't
I
he?
interviewed him
Yeah,
on
you
my
had him. You
show.
had him for a moment. Yeah. That's just awesome. And then we look at tonight's State of the Union address.
What
I
is
call it
it?
the State of the
Are
Farce.
you even watching that? I'm not
You
even
know
gonna
what?
watch it.
What I have
The
done,
highlights.
what I have
TikTok.
done in years past, and my coworkers and other friends, they love when I do it, is I'll go on Facebook and I'll fact check him while he's talking. I might do that again. I didn't do it last year because I was just still stuck on being upset about the election itself. I just couldn't stand him walking in the Capitol where he did the most heinous crime in the world, and now you get to return there. That just did something to me. So last year I didn't do it, but I think if I got the mental capacity tonight when we get out of here, I might go home and do some fact checking.
I don't. I used to
People
expend
love
so
when I
much
do it,
energy on that, and like my feed would be just popping off because I would be so mad, just fact checking, like you said. And then I just got a couple years. Actually, it was during this last year of his first administration. I was just like, I don't have the energy anymore to do this, and I didn't watch this last year. I'm not watching any of this stuff this time.
If I could have a big gotcha moment, I might watch because I've decided I don't have time.
Right.
I'm not watching this nonsense. But but to be the brother when Melania Trump did her first speech, remember that story about the brother?
Yes.
Who figured out that she had lifted Michelle Obama's
Yes.
Oh, the speech.
Yes.
Yeah.
And this brother had got fired. A journalist. He had been let go from the media outlet he was working
I didn't know
for.
the behind story.
And
Okay.
a black man sitting in Starbucks, chilling, typing something on his computer. And he was listening
I
to
heard
the
that
speech.
before.
And he was like,
Oh,
wait, what?
what you just
And
said?
my parent said, what is my God? And he was like, oh, no, ma'am. And he like got the and he pulled up Michelle's speech. And he was like, and he like started contacting his friends in the media, and that mess went viral.
That's how it went
See,
viral.
now, if I could have that moment,
Yeah. And it wouldn't have been so bad if it wasn't word for word from
Come
key parts of
on,
it too. Like it was terrible.
My parents.
Parents ain't
Hey,
told
look,
you nothing.
have you watched the Michelle Obama documentary?
Yes, I have.
Mhm.
So they parallel the speeches in her documentary.
Mhm.
Uh-huh.
Like so,
Uh-huh.
for anybody who's like, no,
Yeah, she did.
all you
There
gotta
it
do is
is.
go watch it, check it out.
Well,
Yeah,
another
crazy.
win for Black folks during Black History. I was also made aware
He has
that
the wins. Hold on, now.
Yes. That's another wins.
Tell me
The
about it.
Isaac Hayes Foundation, his son,
Yeah.
sued the Trump campaign when he was running for president the second time because they kept using his song "Hold On, I'm Coming" during his campaign rallies, and they had given his campaign a cease and desist order. They wouldn't comply.
Right.
Kept going. In court, I heard that they just settled out of court for an unknown, of course, amount.
Okay.
But that's a win.
I
Because now you got to pay. You got to pay.
But is he
You got
gonna
to
pay? That's the question.
Well, yeah,
Yeah.
true. Is he gonna pay?
And it's like, is it a win? Because yeah, okay. Technically, it's a win, but the amount of disrespect and what you
Yes.
got to go through
yeah,
Mhm.
to get this man just to be decent and do the right thing,
correct.
because he's had a number of groups that have gone after him about their music.
Mhm.
He didn't fight
Mhm.
as long with those other groups when they asked him to stop.
Mhm.
Right.
So that's interesting to me too. Like, is it because this is a Black person's music? You just decide to roll over on these people?
Mhm.
It's just all so frustrating that I got to go to these lengths when I should be able to just tell you, hey, stop, fam.
Right.
Just
Mhm.
stop.
And then you stop.
And but nah, it doesn't apply.
Yeah. So small wins, right?
I got to take her where we can get her.
Small.
Well, it depends on the amount of the
Yeah.
money.
Well,
Yeah,
that's true too.
that's a big part.
That's true too.
Yeah. If that undisclosed
too.
amount is like 7 figures, then we talking.
Yeah.
You
So
gave me
yeah.
$250,000. Nah.
Yeah. So good things. Good things. What else did I? And I heard that that his administration has also made an appeal to the Philadelphia Supreme Court or the Philadelphia. It's the federal judge that had told his administration that you can't take down
Oh yeah.
those
The-
monuments.
Mhm.
Heard that he just filed an appeal.
They've been
Mhm.
putting
To
it back
that.
up though.
He's
So
got like
they've been,
and he's got like an
slowly but
all
surely-
black judge
I mean-
panel too or something.
Oh,
Yeah,
no.
yeah.
Let's go to
in Philly.
all Black
Yeah.
female
And-
judges.
Yeah.
And
Oh,
that's probably burning. That's probably burning him right now because he can't stand black women.
Black women have been the one demographic
Yes,
Mhm.
that when I say have clowned
Yes.
Mhm. Standing in
and
the
held
gap.
him to the fire.
yes.
I always remember when he was running for office. I think it was the first time, and he went to a Black church. Somebody brought him up in a Black church, and it had a female pastor.
Mhm.
And so she must have laid down the ground rules. Now we're not gonna do no this. You're gonna be talking about my mama. You're gonna
Mhm.
leave this brother-in-law, blah, blah, blah. She had laid the rules down. So Donald Trump got up and he got on a little roll and he got his little paper out of his pocket, getting ready to like go down. She
I
said,
think she told him to stop.
She did.
Yes,
Mid-
yes. I remember
"Got
that.
right up."
Yeah.
Ah.
Uh-huh. Not
We're
in my
not doing
church. Yep, not up in here.
And he had to back. Oh,
Yeah.
he folded his little paper,
Mhm.
put it back
Mhm.
inside his breast pocket. I was like, ooh. And when I say sisters, like I can do example after example,
Oh yeah.
but
Yeah.
Tish James is
Oh.
Oh,
like,
she on him.
Boss move.
On him.
I mean, and
Boss
I love
move.
when he was like, who is this woman? The AG, who is she? Said Letitia James, but
Right.
you can call me Tish. And strip that charity away for 10 years.
Yeah. And he had to pay
And
some
had to
fines,
pay.
right? And he had to pay. And he had to pay.
Yes.
And what that really gets me is that I was arguing. I had to stop this. My wife just told me, you need to stop arguing with these people. Sometimes I can't help it. When you say something stupid, it's just me. I had this girl who I went to school with, and I told her, I said, you don't come on my page for nothing else at all, but you're gonna come on my page to argue with me that Joe Biden was the actual racist and not Trump, and what he said and what he's done as it pertains to the 1970, 72 or 73 federal discrimination lawsuit that his
Do we have to go back that far?
it's like,
Do we have
what?
to go back
Right.
that far?
Well,
So did she come on your page and talk
well,
about the 80s?
Biden said he didn't want his kids in a racial jungle. I'm like, okay.
I
In what
mean,
context are we saying
even
this?
if
Right.
he did say it, if you're gonna talk about it, talk about all of it. So how do you jump on to talk about that, but you don't talk about when you depict Michelle and Barack Obama as apes?
Right.
You
They
know,
don't-
if you're
they
gonna
got real
talk about
quiet.
it,
Black men
when you're
got real
taking
quiet
down
about that.
Black history,
Correct.
talk about it.
Correct.
When HBCUs, I've been talking about this repeatedly on my show. When Florida A&M University, FAMU, they were trying to pull together their Black History Month programming, but these kids kept getting hung up because they was getting pushed
They
back on using the word black
Mhm.
on their flyer.
Yeah.
So how we gonna have Black History Month? And I tell people about it on a flyer, but I can't use the word black.
Right.
I
Like,
mean,
what-
it's like
what are we
madness
doing?
what is
Yeah.
being done.
Yeah.
And then when you think about 8.3% Black unemployment, Black women are the highest rate of unemployment that we have seen in I don't know when.
Mhm.
And that was all of that purging of people from the federal government.
Mhm.
I talk
Mhm.
about it all the time. Prince George's County, one of the wealthiest, no, not one of the
The-
wealthiest Black county in this country. But many of those people were federal workers. And
Mhm.
just like that,
Go on.
people, they showed them on the television in Food Line.
Yeah. Yep. Horrible.
You know, so it's
Horrible.
like,
And it's right there for you to see. It's
and
like
that's
it's not
why
that we
y'all
don't know.
grandmama at the Black History Month at the White House.
You know what?
I was like, I don't disrespect old people.
Reese Colbert.
But
Reese
she
going
cracked
down
me up
too.
because she said, "I'm trying to be respectful here
Yes.
about grandma,
Yes.
but lady, shut the hell up."
Yeah. Yeah. Oh, no.
That was just too much.
It was.
And they played it because I didn't want to hear
He
it,
can
but
always fry
he
some
played it, and I'm like, oh my
step and
god,
fetch
Yeah.
and tap
come
dance.
on,
and-
y'all.
Tap
Yeah, I
dancing.
mean, it
Please
was bad.
stop.
And I'm looking at her, particularly as a Black woman,
Yeah.
like, so grandma, do you understand that none of your granddaughters are working right now,
Right.
thanks to this man?
Well,
Do you understand what he is doing by trying to get rid of the Department of Public Education? Do you understand that civil rights complaints
Right.
are not being addressed? Did you hear the part when the EEOC said, white men, if you're being discriminated,
Oh, yeah.
right.
Go ahead and call it. Yeah, make it, and
like-
they doing it.
I'm like,
Like that's an actual issue.
Right.
Anyway.
yeah, I'm like, grandma, how you miss all this before you get up here? He a good man. Leave him alone.
Yeah, but he played so well on, like, I forgot what her specific situation was, but he helped
the family member.
the family member out. So he
was
played
shot and
right. So
killed
he
in
plays on that
2017.
and takes advantage of a moment of help from someone who's looking for some sympathy. or
But we
some help.
still got to be smarter than that.
Right.
Yeah.
Just like we
Absolutely.
say all
Which
the
we
time.
are. Which we are.
Okay, so it's 4 of us. He do something for me and I'm good. But he doing everything he can to
Right.
clear up the 3 of y'all.
Right.
Not
Exactly.
to mention, in all the other aspects of my life, this dude is a nightmare.
Right.
Yeah. Yeah.
So it's just like,
Yeah.
come on, fam.
Yeah.
we
No.
are living
Yeah.
in a
Yeah,
literal
we got
nightmare.
to be
Like,
way more savvy than what we doing right now.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Yeah, and that's just horrendous. And for me, the more horrible part is, especially with that tweet about the ape stuff. Then you get Black people, online. Oh, that ain't what he mean. It was a video and it was the Lion King. Like, fool, doggone when no apes in the Lion King. Like, come on now, come on. Let's stop being stupid. It's that I just hate the capitulation by some of our
I just like when
people.
you know,
It gets me.
when Tim Scott comes out and
get-
says this is the most racist thing.
The most
Just come
racist
out
thing
the
you
White
think,
House.
right? So what else
I was
you
like,
gonna say?
so them Black History monuments coming down wasn't racist. These people trying to tell people, that like when you look around the press room
Yeah,
and you don't hardly see any
There's
Black
no
reporters
Black-
anymore.
yeah,
in the
you're
press
right.
room.
Gone.
No Black people
Gone.
traveling on the plane.
Gone.
Like, I'm just like, so that's,
Gone.
but that's the most racist thing
Right.
that's come out the White House.
Right.
Yeah, I get upset because no one, I mean, we speak about those issues, but the national media doesn't play into that. It's kind of like they just let it roll. And
But you
like we don't
understand the
see it.
rationale, what's happening now.
People are
Karen
scared.
Hunter,
Mhm.
it's funny you said you was listening to Karen. I was listening to her on my way in as well. And
Mhm.
she literally said, I don't watch any of the major outlets
Mhm.
anymore.
Mhm.
I don't.
Yep, me
You
either.
know, since CBS has been co-opted,
Mhm.
since MS Now, whatever
MS
this fake new
Now.
name is,
Right.
you know,
Fake new name.
the way they was doing black people and people of color
Oh yeah.
Right.
on
Right.
MSNBC, I was like,
Yeah.
so you got to have all of the minorities on one show to make a show. Simone,
Right.
Michael
Mhm.
Steele,
Michael
Mhm.
Steele, yeah.
Hispanic
Yep.
girl.
Mhm.
Yep.
You know, where all these people had their own shows.
Yeah.
Now we got to all be on one show.
Mm-hmm.
You know, it takes three of us to do what one white person can do.
Mhm.
Like, all that's nonsense to me.
Yeah.
Mhm.
But
Yeah.
you can't trust the sources.
Nope.
With Jeff Bezos buying up everything.
Mhm.
You know, look at what a third of the Washington Post staff is gone. So a lot of these people, they scared to say what needs to be said.
Mhm.
You know, because most of these people make six figures.
Mhm.
Mhm.
You know,
Yeah.
and they're taking care of families and kids and private school and daycare.
Mortgage,
They won't say
everything,
what
yeah.
needs to be said, but
Yeah.
they're doing everybody a disservice.
Yeah. It's horrible. It's horrible. And it's to me, it's like where do you go, you know, to get your news? That's why I stumbled upon, and I've been watching it for over a year now, of Urban View at
Mhm.
on XM. You know, because I believe they have some really good, solid anchors that give you really good, solid news.
Yeah,
And
no.
it ain't, you know,
I follow.
it ain't
I've been
tainted.
listening to Urban View for years.
Yeah,
I
Joe
go back to
Madison.
Joe.
with
Yeah.
Joe Madison, and
Yeah.
that's why I hate that I didn't catch on earlier.
Yeah,
You know, by listening, because I've heard
But the great thing
stories
is a
of
lot
him,
of his
so.
shows are still around, so
Yeah.
you can
Yep.
catch them.
That's right.
Yeah.
But
That's
when
right.
I was making them long runs back and forth to Madison every day, 10 o'clock, me and Joe Madison was in the car at night. And, you know, he went to the University of Wisconsin. He went to school.
Didn't
here.
know that.
Yeah, he played
Yeah.
basketball.
Oh, I didn't know.
Wow.
Oh.
and
didn't know that.
yeah,
Okay.
He went to school in
Okay.
Wisconsin. And so I remember one night, one morning I called because the show, it replayed at night. And one morning I called and I was messing with him. I said, I'm in Wisconsin. He was like, wait a minute. I was like, yeah, I know you.
Oh
was here."
wow.
So,
Yeah,
Oh,
rest in
wow.
peace.
Never knew
Rest
that.
in peace, Joe
yeah,
Madison.
that's, you know, you get a much better, because Dr. Carr,
Yep. Oh my
Oh.
God. That show now.
Oh,
Him
my
and
God.
Lamar. Oh my God.
Fire.
Yeah.
He cracks me
fire.
up.
Oh my
Yeah.
God.
And I love how he'll call out to folks. He'll say, "Well, if we got any black conservatives, come on in so I can eat y'all up. Come on in, call in so I can eat y'all up
I
real
mean,
quick.
you
I'm
know-
feeling feisty this morning."
So that's the thing, like,
Yeah.
and this is why too, that conversation about black media,
Mhm.
the
Mhm.
role that we play,
Mhm.
and whether that's traditional media, terrestrial radio, print media, you know, what we do in terms of TV, but even more voices like what you are doing here
Mhm.
become so critical, because people are trying to drown us out everywhere.
Yes.
Right.
You know,
Yes.
sanitize our experiences,
Yes.
change our narratives and our stories. And so, you know, it was one of those, I was looking at something, and they're talking about the Pullman Porters.
Mhm.
So I didn't know, how does this go? The Pullman Porters were getting, it was something they were getting to people that we weren't supposed to have. Might have been papers from up north. I'm not sure. And they were, the trains was rolling, they was dropping them off in certain areas. And then people would come and pick them up and take them back to the community. So they had their own little network of making sure we was getting information across the country.
Right.
Mm.
You know, and the other thing I didn't know, the role of black churches,
Mhm.
when a lot of people that wanted to get information out, you didn't own print presses,
Right.
but they were able to get it done through the black churches.
Correct.
And so we have had to lean on each other to tell our stories. We've gotten away from it.
Right.
And now we see the necessity of coming back.
Right. Right. And that's one thing I am glad for this platform, that we can talk about the real issues. Yeah, we're more progressive and liberal leaning.
But they're
But
watching you though.
but-
You're on the
oh,
FBI
yeah.
watch list now.
Oh no.
hey, you know what?
Don't get comfortable.
Don't get comfortable.
They watching us right now.
watching right now.
Every now and then, I just throw up a peace sign for them. Like, you know, what's up, player?
Hey, you know what? They say, watch on.
Yeah.
Me and
Learn
Lena used to
something
laugh
today.
all-
Yeah.
Me and Lena used to laugh all the time. We'll be on the phone talking, and she'd be like, You know, you hear, she like, you hear that? I'm like, yeah, they got our phones, bud.
I hear that a lot.
Yeah.
You know, the revolution is going on this phone call.
Oh, a friend of mine just posted. He says, yeah, and the high-priced journalists of color, Jonathan Capehart, Eugene Robinson, who took buyouts on Washington Post.
But let me
And-
just say
and
this,
they-
bro.
and
You're
took
gonna
their
take a
skills
bite.
elsewhere.
Look,
Yeah.
I'm not gonna be mad at Jonathan Capehart
Mm-hmm.
or Eugene.
Mhm.
Number one, Eugene had gave his life
Right.
to,
Oh,
that,
yeah.
to that outlet.
Oh yeah. Yeah.
But you getting out of here anyway.
Mhm.
So you might as well get out of here with something.
Mm-hmm.
But I mean, it's an awful way to have to put it. But the reality is they knew that the writing was on the wall.
Oh yeah.
Right.
Y'all leaving.
Yeah. Right.
And I think that's
So you either gonna leave with some money in your pocket,
right.
Mm-hmm.
or you just out.
Mm-hmm.
And then you made a point earlier around like we got to be more sophisticated and have that broader thought process too around longevity and sustainability and all those different things. Like as a community, we have to start thinking about how do we make a correct exit out of a profession that we've been in our whole life where we've made a great impact,
Mm-hmm.
but I still need to live the rest of my life and the world is going to keep going. So how can I do that comfortably? Right.
And not even, and that's like the deep end
Yeah.
of it. The short term end of it is who hiring right now.
right.
Mhm.
Yeah. Yeah.
Nobody is rushing to hire Black journalists in media,
Right.
unless you're going back to a local level.
Right.
But on that national scene, so I don't know when I'm gonna get another job. So I need to make sure I can pay my bills.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
You know,
Feed
no,
my
I don't
family, yeah.
begrudge people because Jonathan and them hung around and tried to fight the good fight.
Yeah, they did. They
You
did. He
know,
did.
and,
'Cause he had his own show for a second. Capehart
Jonathan
had
he had the
yeah,
weekend.
yeah, he had the weekends.
He
Yeah,
had the weekends.
Yeah.
And then they, like you said, I knew before Joy Reid got fired, she was getting fired.
Yeah.
Mhm.
You
Oh
know,
yeah. Oh yeah.
Joy was too strong.
She was. Yeah, she was too strong a personality.
And I was like,
And what's the other guy? The
Don Lemon.
the
Yeah.
Muslim guy. That
oh, he was the best.
Is he, he's at Zateo now?
I forget his name. Yes, he would
When I
be.
tell-
He's straight shooter.
I
I'm like,
didn't know how he lasted as long as he did because he was
whoa.
straight no chase.
They ain't gonna like that. They ain't gonna like
I mean,
that.
but brilliant.
Yes.
He was
Yes.
brilliant. You would
Yes.
listen to him and like,
Yeah.
oh my God,
Yeah.
the education and the stuff that we do not get.
Mhm.
That's why I always, up until recently, appreciated like the BBC.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Yeah. Yeah. The international
To the liberals
Reuters.
get called the N-word. I mean, when people say that show was on a 2-hour delay.
Oh, from this weekend.
Yeah,
The-
the
yeah.
BAFTA.
Yep.
And I never watched it.
I had never even heard of it.
I never heard of it
Never,
either.
never,
Yeah.
never watched it.
But the idea that you took the time to delete the comments "Free Palestine,"
Mhm.
which a Black person uttered,
Mm,
and then
didn't know that.
yeah, a Black man uttered "Free Palestine."
Uh,
And they removed those comments, but you don't remove 2 Black men being called the N-word.
Yeah.
Mhm.
For I mean, and they replayed it. I think on I was listening to 101.7. I listened to Kyle
Yeah.
Wallace during his show.
Yeah,
He played it,
yeah,
and
Yeah.
you can hear it.
yeah.
It's all over.
It's clear as
It's
damn.
as
Like,
that.
oh, but you
And
got
they had time because, like I said, it's a 2-hour delay.
correct
So they could have removed it if they wanted to.
keyword if they wanted to.
And so there.
Oh, Medhi Hassan. Yeah, that's
Yeah,
yeah, that's
yeah,
him.
Medhi
Hassan. Yeah,
yeah, that was a bad boy.
Yeah.
That's a bad.
And he
boy.
does. He has his own platform too, and I think that's
does.
part of the beauty
Okay.
part. Like Joanne Reid, and Don Lemon, like they have their own
But you gotta
platforms now.
find them.
You got to find them.
Because
Yeah.
like now, because that was news to me because I hadn't, and I'm just being honest, I hadn't been checking for him.
Mhm.
But you know, the difference between doing a MSNBC or MS Now
Mhm.
versus trying to build your own
Yeah.
following. I'm not saying you can't get there because look at what influencers do. But
definitely
like the numbers that Rachel Maddow do, I'm
Mhm.
stupid.
Oh,
Yeah.
Rachel, I don't watch again. I don't watch MSN.
I don't watch her
at
no more,
all,
but I love her.
Yeah,
But,
she,
you know, but I
she's
can't-
amazing. She's
I
amazing.
can't do it.
But yeah, I can't. Do you still watch CNN from time to time?
I watch, but because it's like literally like the last place in terms of network news that I
Okay.
go.
Okay.
And so it's usually background noise. I try to watch my sorority sister Abby Phillips show. It's too
I love Abby, but that's too
It's too
much.
chaotic.
man.
I
Scott,
love that
Scott
stuff.
Jennings is
Like,
a
I'm
mess,
too
man.
happy.
It's too ignorant.
It's too
Everybody
much.
hollering and you know
What Scott's he the problem?
well,
He
all
one of the-
men
one of the
knew
problems,
that from the
yeah.
shop.
Scott Jennings.
Oh, from
No,
Shark
from
Tank.
Shark
Yeah, I
Tank.
forgot.
Oh,
Yeah,
yeah.
yeah, yeah. He's
Like, woo, this sister who
I
has
watch
served
it.
in the military, She was about to tap that.
Yeah. She,
Oh,
she-
yeah.
Right next to him.
Yep.
Yeah.
I was like, "Woo, say it again." Say it again.
Did you serve? Did you serve?
Yeah, I mean,
She
you know,
said that part.
Yeah.
it's so. But yeah, Abby show too chaotic. I
Yeah.
can't. I
Okay.
can't.
What time she come on?
Like
I catch her
9 or 10, I think.
I actually catch her on TikTok.
Oh, she's a
Sure.
late. She's late.
Yeah,
Night.
she's
Okay,
late.
late
She's
night.
late.
Okay.
Which is unfortunate because she's so brilliant and talented. And then when she does get an opportunity to come in and kind of reset the whole thing, she comes in with so much facts and like
It
grace.
take too long for her to get there. I ain't got
It's like
time.
land the plane.
I mean,
you know,
that's what I'm saying.
land the plane.
Like my whole
She's
life.
not assertive enough.
Yeah, that's the problem, yeah.
They
That's
take
what I'm
her to the
saying.
show.
It was another
Mm.
woman that filled in for her. So I don't know if it was like she might have been out doing her book tour or
Mhm.
something, but this other woman filled in for her older, like
Black, is it Laura Coates?
no, it wasn't Laura. It
okay.
was like a Hispanic or
Oh, okay.
Indian woman, but it was an older woman filled in for her. When I tell you all that foolishness wasn't going on,
Mm.
and she was looking at people like
Mm.
Mhm.
it was so funny. The whole dynamic of the show changed
Really? Okay.
with the host.
Yeah.
I said these are the same cast of characters,
Yeah.
but the deference and respect that he was showing that lady,
Mhm.
the whole show flavor of the show changed.
Mm.
And I love Abby, but your show too chaotic for me.
Yeah.
Mm.
I ain't got time for all that
I've
damn
never. I've
They
heard.
do her
I've
like
never
that
watched.
because they think she's chosen a side.
Well, I mean, I think that the other lady that was there, like she clearly was a progressive,
Mm.
you know. And I'm gonna just be honest, they couldn't do me like that.
Oh,
They,
absolutely.
they couldn't do me like that.
No, I wouldn't.
And everybody know my
Could you
side.
imagine her in that shit?
Yeah, everybody know my side. It wouldn't be none of that. Well, your role partner.
I'm tuning in just to see
Cut
Michelle.
that mic.
Cut it. Mute it. Mute it. Mute
That
it.
mic. And I'll let everybody know before we jump off. Feel free to speak your mind. But you act a clown, right where you staying. As my mom would say, where you show your behind, that's where I'm gonna show mine.
Yeah. Oh,
Because woo, they too rough on there.
I had a bad
But-
experience on that one time.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. I'm from one that corporal punishment worked. And I had to see it to believe it. But yeah.
Hey, but
So let's go local.
what you doing?
So we got some
Could you go to the city hall?
yeah,
To the
actually,
brawl?
that's where I got ready to
You go
go.
to city hall.
Man, that's some crazy stuff. That's some crazy stuff going on. I've heard both sides, Chambers and I'm gonna say her
Oh, you
name
did?
wrong.
Zamaripa.
Yeah, because I listen to Kyle Wallace. He did his whole. I mean, he only has an hour, but he did a whole hour on
Mhm.
that whole incident. And I heard what he was talking about Chambers, and I heard what he was talking about
What he say?
the older woman.
Zamaripa.
Now he's saying his stance was he does believe that Chambers was in the wrong because from what the reports is that he even Chambers had an aide to come in and say, "Hey, bro,
Too loud, man.
calm it
Yeah.
down." He slams the door in the aide's face and continues on. So at that point, okay, now you done.
You the
This
aggressor.
is you going into another realm. And what he was saying is that we have to learn as Black people is that there's a time and place for it. And at that time, whatever was going on, we have to learn how to comport ourselves, which makes sense
Are you
because
sure you
now
was in the car? Because that's what everything I said.
Yeah.
But okay.
he said, yeah, but he said he literally said the same thing.
And is it true
Kyle
that
did
he
the same
does he
thing.
also have so I don't know Mark like that, but does he have a reputation of being like what's the word? I wanna use?
Bombastic.
Yeah.
Bombastic,
Yes, he
volatile
does.
like
Yes,
that?
he
Okay,
does.
he does.
okay.
Yes, he does. Yes,
And
he
does Zamarita have a reputation of being soft and sensitive?
I don't know about soft and sensitive, but some people have said that she can't be a Karen.
Okay.
She can be a Karen. I didn't say that.
Okay.
And I
That's
tell
not
people.
me.
Well, I'm
Right,
saying,
but people have
I
yeah,
don't,
yeah,
I don't
That's
have
what I
that
heard.
experience with it, but yeah, I heard she could be a Karen. And you know, people were texting me while I was talking about it on my program
Mhm.
and was like, dude, all you gotta do is watch the City Channel. He'd be hollering at people
Mhm.
on the City Channel. I was like, ooh.
Like, bro, like I get being, fierce and being,
Oh.
what's the word I'm looking for? Being passionate about, what you're talking about, but it's a way to do everything.
But again,
It's
you
a way to do
know,
everything.
as I was trying to tell people, like everybody get hot in the workplace.
Oh yeah.
Mhm.
But you standing up and hey, I'm sorry, people don't like me bringing and introducing that dynamic. what is Mark? Like 6'3", 6 something?
I never met him.
Yeah,
but I heard
I have.
he's
Yeah.
a
He's
big dude.
bigger. He's
He's
probably
like
6 feet, six. Yeah.
He's
Bigger than I am for sure.
Yeah. You know, look like we could be place.
Yeah, he's a big guy. He's a big guy.
And dark skin.
Okay.
So you already know
Yeah.
all of that. Then you hot, you yelling, people can hear you down the hall, and then you dropping the F-bomb.
Yes,
Now they said she
she
get the
did
F out
something.
my office.
Right.
But but get the F out my office and F you, it's two different things.
Yeah.
Right.
You know, but I'm
Right.
just like, hey, player. People I respect in this community wholeheartedly have told me you tried to clown them.
Mhm.
Women.
Yes,
It had to be, you know, like,
Bro,
bro, fall back.
bring it down.
So
yeah.
and you try to tell people because you can see it coming. You know, when I told people when he kind of at first got in and Walmart was leaving his district,
Mhm.
and he fired off this heated, you know, Walmart, y'all ain't, you know, he just like, and you know, like I reached out and was like, hey, bro, that's not how you do that.
Mhm. Mhm.
Because they leaving whether you hot or not.
Right.
But
Uh-oh.
is there a way to still maintain a relationship?
Mhm.
Oh, wait, Walmart, you already know what this neighborhood is facing, and now y'all leaving. I do an annual back to school
Right.
event. Can I get some supplies for these kids? I heard he took the advice. I heard Walmart pulled up, had a truckload full of stuff for him, and he looked like a superhero in his district.
Right.
But this was because of how you do things.
Mhm.
To, you know, the point me and Kyle both saying, you know, sometimes it's not what you say, it's how you say
It's
it
how you say it
and what you
Right.
do. So yeah, hopefully he'll learn from this lesson. I don't know, because you know, everything in the press, I vehemently deny and blah blah blah. Like, man, take some ownership for your behavior, fam.
Mhm.
I don't care what she
Mhm.
did. And then you know you in a room of non-allies.
Mhm.
You was
Right.
in there by yourself.
That was the other
Right.
part. Yeah.
Exactly.
So,
Exactly.
you know, read the room. Know when to let the argument go, know when to walk away. And hopefully it's a lesson. Because is this what you want to be in the paper for? Because right now it's the clown show.
And it ain't gonna die down no time soon.
And
I don't
then, you
think
know,
so,
she
honestly.
over here, you know, I'm a victim. And when she
Mhm.
looked like she a middleweight boxer, I'm like, you know, she thick. I'm like, hold on now. You look like you could have held your own. If it had jumped off, you ain't no little bitty thing up in there.
Yeah.
But yeah, she
All
clutching
that
pearls and
craziness.
carrying on.
Yeah.
It's like, Chuck has to cut it out.
Yeah.
You know that boy was about to hit you.
I don't see him doing that.
No.
You know, getting loud and a little bit bombastic. Yeah, okay, got you. I
Yeah.
don't think he's
She
gonna-
probably was just embarrassed.
Well, you know, because the one thing too is people don't think folks gonna call you on your BS.
Right,
Mhm.
right.
You know, and I
Right.
applaud you for calling people on your BS. But I'm gonna tell you, I did have a little bit of a smirk on my face because me and him had just had a back and forth the week before all of this broke.
Oh, he called
On my
your
show.
call.
Yeah,
He called your
yeah,
you
yeah.
heard her talk about it. You said, I
Yeah,
heard her
because,
talk
you
about
know,
this, girl.
the city of Milwaukee
Yeah.
then got some police officers who fabricated, you know, evidence on his brother
Mhm.
who goes to jail for 18 years.
Mhm. Mhm.
And the brother, fighting for his own self,
Mhm.
eventually is able to get the courts to listen to him on technicalities.
Mhm.
They brought him in handcuffs, some other stuff they did inappropriate. And, you know, Chambers arguing because the city decided to settle with his brother for $6.75 million. And it was on the technicalities though.
Mhm.
And he in the meeting, this the bullshit. We shouldn't have to pay that. This ain't our fault. And I'm like, hold on. We wouldn't even be here if City of Milwaukee police officers wasn't on that BS.
Correct.
So you as a black man who done seen brothers get railroaded 20 ways from Sunday.
Yeah.
Mhm.
And to his credit, and I brought it up on the show, yep, he advocated for Judge Taylor's son, then Senator Taylor's son, when he
Mhm.
was pulled over,
Mhm.
running a turkey across the street to the neighbors.
And that was a 10 years, almost a 10-year suit
It
that
took
they had,
10
right?
Yeah,
It took
Isaiah
10
was 15
years, right?
Wow.
when
For
that
them to
when
get
that first
something.
happened.
And then just recently,
They
right?
just recently settled.
The city.
Yeah, 10 years. And so, and you got
Jesus.
black folks sitting down there too. Like, don't nobody
Mhm.
see nothing wrong with this?
Mhm.
Nobody.
Mhm.
And then another brother called a settlement for something. But I'm like, just in the spirit of the district attorney is telling y'all, we not gonna retry this case.
Right.
He getting out on a technicality, leave that bro alone. And in the state of Wisconsin, Republicans have set it up so that you only get paid $5,000 if you're wrongfully convicted of a crime. You wrongfully go to jail. They know the police set you up. In the state of Wisconsin, once you come out,
Mhm.
you get $5,000 for each year you served in prison up to 5 years. That man did 18. Even if, and he tried to get the 5,000, the 25,000 he would have been entitled to. They said you got out on a technicality, not because you were proven innocent. So we don't have to pay you. And
Wow.
they didn't. So this boy gets screwed around at every possible turn. You as a brother know the backstory.
Right.
Well, I've got to make a decision on what's in front of me. Stop playing, because everybody else in that room understood what's going on behind the scenes.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
How many times have we been in the room and I'm doing this vote publicly, but I know what's going on behind the scenes. And the fact that, so I said, so how did it feel? Because you got it on the most minor scale and you was hot. Somebody said something about you that you said wasn't true. You hot. I'm vigorously gonna defend myself.
Vigorously,
but this boy go to jail for 18 years,
right.
And you act like you ain't got no dang sympathy. So I had a whole moment.
Yeah.
How you like me now?
Right.
Wow.
Right. Yeah. Just crazy times. And then it's black folks in the front of it. It's like, come on, y'all. Let's get it together, y'all. Come on, y'all. Making us look bad, but come on.
Well, I mean, we can do that all day.
Yeah, we can. Let's go national once real quick. Back to
just once.
These Epstein files. All these other countries are taking it so seriously, and we over here just looking like. And I called I gave the GOP a new name. I used to call them grand old pricks, but now I call them grand old pedophiles. Because y'all,
that's rough.
Y'all are just disgusting.
Yeah.
The cover up. You got, and I love the British royal family. That's just something I've always liked. You got the King of England, who has taken his brother's birthright title as a prince and said, "Nah, you ain't none of that no more. We don't want you." Expelled the man to a farm out in the middle of nowhere because of his ties. And I'm like,
I mean, let's be clear though. First of all, the farm is plush.
Right. I would say farm. To them, farm is
it's plush.
It's the plush farm.
But the other part too, that system of governing is becoming so outdated that the monarchy has to figure out a way to protect themselves.
Correct.
So it's not all of it is not about doing the right thing. Kat, we already got people that don't like this setup that we have over here.
Right.
You bringing extra heat on us.
Like, bruh.
So yeah, I'm willing to cut ties with you.
Right.
Because I got to keep Camilla up in this house, or whatever.
We sit on a 1,000-year-old throne. Like, hey, bro.
So, so all of it is not.
We're not trying to do it right.
Yeah,
so I get what you're saying.
Self-preservation.
Right.
I'm just saying that.
You have to.
But even with that being said, there are people still doing more than we're seeing being done in the U.S.
Right. Yeah.
When they're, when they were, and I'm going to tell you, I was so irritated when the Republicans had subpoenaed Bill and Hillary Clinton. I'm like, why are you subpoenaing Hillary?
Because what's she gonna say?
This is just
what is she gonna speak to?
Just an opportunity to try to embarrass this woman.
Like,
why are you? But Donald Trump names appears in the document. How many times?
1,040,000. More than everybody else.
And I think they were saying more times than Jesus' name appears in the Bible. They were saying
on them trying to subpoena Hillary. I was like, y'all,
what's going on here?
This man knows and his administration. Somebody that's in the Coast Guard hit me up when I was on my way over here. He said, Michelle, have you talked about all of these Trump administration officials moving into military bases?
Oh yeah.
And the military families not being able to get that housing.
Right.
And these are military officers who have risen to the rank, did their time, and they're supposed to be afforded
generals and things.
Nice military housing.
Yeah.
Stephen Miller took a housing unit.
And you're not even attached to the military. You are.
And then none of these people have ever served in the military
at all.
Never. Not one day.
At all.
And you own military bases because you want the protection. Because after Charlie Kirk got killed, now all of them want to run to the military bases and hide behind the gates. And it's so obscene. Like the idea that somebody could be in charge of the military who took 5 military deferments
Exactly.
and then made fun of handicapped people.
Yeah.
That had
On
become
record. On record.
injured.
And it's nothing that's hidden and
What
nothing
did
that we
John
gotta
Kelly
go.
say? He said,
Decorated
losers and suckers.
officers and generals.
Yeah.
Yeah.
but what John Kelly say he said when the man was in the wheelchair?
I don't want to see
Nobody
that. You don't want to see that.
Right.
Yeah. No.
John McCain, you a loser because you was a POW who stayed 5 years longer than you needed to.
Because you didn't give up the information.
Well, not just no, because he had other people with him.
Right.
And because of his rank and status,
Mhm.
they were going to let him go.
Right.
And John McCain was like, no, if you're not letting the other, military folks that don't have my rank and title,
I'm staying
till they all get out.
Right.
And that's what he did.
Yeah.
So you have John McCain when somebody says Barack Obama's a Muslim and he says he's a good man.
Right.
We disagree in politics.
Right. We disagree in politics.
But you got
he's
this
a good
cat
man.
out here circulating pictures of somebody's wife in a monkey costume. If you want to go after Barack, not that you should do that, but okay. But we going after his wife,
Mhm.
So
Mhm.
that's why I said tonight I don't know how people watch. And you were talking about Karen Hunter. It was a hefty debate back and forth about do we have a responsibility to pay attention to the State of the Union address? Do we have a moral obligation to be in his face and just be like, I know one legislator said, this is the people's house.
Mhm.
We not gonna let you run us out of it.
Yeah.
But let's just think about it. The man tore down a third of the White House.
Oh yes.
Yep.
Oh yeah.
Like when we talk about the 688 and some of the historic things that have happened for civil rights, it happened in that wing.
Yes.
Women's rights, it happened in that wing.
Yep.
To me, it was so symbolic of the way. Oh, and did you hear the latest with the hockey?
Yeah, with the men's team.
And the
yeah,
women's
yeah,
hockey?
disrespectful as usual.
So
No, I
they
didn't.
were talking about
Disrespectful.
the men and the women's hockey teams have done well.
Up
And so
one
they're,
goal, yeah.
one go. So he called the men's hockey team. Rah, rah, yeah. We got to get y'all to the White House. Everybody. Oh, but then, that means we got to invite the women. And it was all like a joke
Mhm.
and completely disrespectful to the women athletes. And so, people got at the men's hockey team. Like, first of all, they've had a shorter league than y'all have and got the same record.
Mhm.
Mm.
So they've actually done more in their short existence than y'all have done.
Wow.
How dare you?
Didn't know that.
Yeah, how dare you? And so, but he's a sexist. And then you get these guys to go along with it. And one of the things that was crazy, they were saying one of the guys, his mama
His mother, yeah.
played hockey and was the coach.
Oh wow.
Dirty
crazy.
dog.
Oh,
Crazy,
people.
man.
And he
Come
he said
on.
people, doing too much. They making a big thing out of nothing and blah, blah, blah. No, let me make a big thing out of nothing about your medal and act like you don't deserve it. So what this man has been able to do. So that's why I was like, yeah, I can't
Ugh.
legitimize you
Yeah.
sitting there. I just can't.
I can't stand it. I can't stand the why. That man just he irks every fiber of my being.
But I'm-
ugh.
And to just add real quick, it would be one thing to back to the conversation around do we have a responsibility to tap in and watch? It would be one thing if he was actually saying stuff that was accurate or informational, but we all know what he's going to go up there and do tonight. He's going to go up there and say the most obscene stuff,
Make
not making sense, making a show, and make a fool out of himself in the office.
He's
So
gonna
what's
have
the
some
point?
people up there to come and
what's the point? It's a spectacle.
I mean, what was that back in the first term when they had counted literally how many lies this man had?
Yeah, it's a lot.
And it was like 30,000 lies.
Mm-hmm. Is that the one
That was
where
probably day one.
is that where my girl Nancy
Been a year,
Pelosi
this
tore up his speech?
Well,
was it that speech when she tore it up
no,
at the
they were
end?
just saying in general, like
Oh,
they had
okay.
looked at the length of time during his presidency
Mhm.
and said they had went back and counted that this man had told like over 30,000 lies. But yeah, that was one of the things. You don't have Nancy sitting back there ripping up that speech.
That's correct. Oh, I was like,
So-
oh
my!
I
when
just
she
felt,
clapped like this.
yes, I feel more in love with her when she did that. I was like, yeah, Nancy,
When Nancy did
you can
the
come
clap,
to the cookout. You can
and
come
I'm
to the
like,
cookout.
look, it didn't take cussing nobody out. You
Right.
didn't have to act a fool. But she just, while he was talking,
Nope.
I said, this shit. That's some baller stuff right there.
Boom.
You ripped the speech
That
while
speech
he
up.
was talking.
While he was talking.
Oh, wait,
slow motion too,
And
so you can
and
hear
said, I
every
did it
crack.
because he did nothing but lie.
Yeah.
And she
They
was
said
like,
to
"It's
be
nothing."
accurate from 2017 to 2021, 30,573 false or misleading
God.
claims. They said that's roughly 21 lies a day.
Crazy.
Yeah, I thought, look, and I didn't even leave off them 500. My bad.
We didn't even get to this term. That was the first one.
Yeah. And so
it's ridiculous.
you know
We can talk nearly as
be
much.
rich.
Oh, yeah.
And then the
Yeah.
way that this group has been allowed to enrich themselves.
Oh yeah.
So he's
Oh,
going to
yeah.
sit up and tell Americans tonight, things are getting better for you.
Mhm.
I'm keeping my promises.
Mhm.
I got the price of eggs down.
You definitely
Blah,
didn't.
blah, blah.
Let's get
I
our
put-
clickers out. Let's just do it.
Right.
I
You
put
definitely
tariffs
didn't.
in place, even though now we
The
can
Supreme Court
illegal.
has
and
just,
look, but think about,
which I knew it was.
but they
to
getting ready
begin
to refund some of them companies that tariff money, but we're not gonna get
We didn't
it
get
back.
nothing.
Right.
Correct.
But
That's
we
Nothing.
paid it.
right.
All of them companies didn't absorb the tariffs.
Right.
We
And-
did as consumers.
You know, but in the meantime, look at the kind of money this cat is making.
Billions.
His
Brilliant.
family is making. And I'm looking
They
at
just paid. They paid Melania what? 20 million for that
28
farce of a documentary.
28 million.
28 million.
$75 million overall to make a movie about 20 days of her life.
Have you watched it?
Picking what's up one? Picking out outfits for the and it was so funny. Somebody was saying, "Oh, Keith,
Jeez.
my colleague on the station, he was like,
The good Reverend.
yeah, because Keith is a clothes horse, he a fashion horse, and so Keith was like, man, Melania be shy, and I said, and it's all wasted. Don't nobody care.
Nobody
Right.
even care. Right.
Don't nobody care. Michelle Obama did more in a J. Crew
Oh,
dress,
Yep.
and a
right.
Target frock.
And was
Yes.
sharp.
And yes.
But you know, I'm like, this
Yes.
is one time your money, and that's what Donald Trump has found out, and what's made him such a bitter, awful person is they found out that your money does not transcend class.
Right.
Mhm.
You know, like people, what is the saying? You can pay for the course, but that don't mean you gonna have class.
Mhm.
Mm.
Yeah,
Mhm.
like all
Mhm.
the gold toilets and gilding and nonsense that you put up, you
Look like
still an
something-
outsider. That's why you had to create your own country.
Look like
club.
something you done got.
And
from
it
Home
looks
Depot.
tacky
You put
as
in there.
hell.
And this is ugly.
Yeah.
I'm like, who told you
But-
it was a good idea?
But like, and just
What is gold
the
everywhere?
immaturity
Just, ugh.
where they have the pictures of the president in
Mhm.
the hallway.
Mhm.
For Joe Biden's face, he has a picture of an auto pen.
Yeah.
Like
Yeah.
you childish.
Yeah. And I heard under each president, he
Yeah,
has
he got
some
little.
little negative something
thing to
stupid
say.
like,
Yeah.
oh, Obama, you didn't do this or that. I'm like,
Well, you know what?
What?
All I know is every day Obama lives rent free in
Rent
his head.
free.
Yes, he
Because
Absolutely.
he fly,
Yes,
and
he
he
does.
fine, and he look good,
Yes, he does.
and his wife like him.
right.
You know, yeah, Barack Obama is in his head
Man.
every day rent free.
Rent free.
Like,
Yeah.
and then he get all those spots he try to put makeup on, just shrivel it up in front of our eyes.
Because you getting
And Barack just
IVs.
gets sexy
You
about
getting
a
right.
minute.
You getting IV stuck in your hand.
Yeah, Barack got his legs crossed at the basketball game.
Right.
They said they gave that man a standing ovation.
Yeah. Everywhere you go.
They said they
The
gave that man a
applause
standing
was
ovation
crazy.
at that game. That was right after the monkey stuff.
Yep.
Too. And they was like, yeah, he got a
But-
standing ovation.
And on President's Day, all of the different clips that people
Mhm.
put
yes,
out.
yeah.
One of my faves
Yeah.
was this guy who was in the military, and then he said they had brought Barack on onto a base for something, and you know, they said we at the end we're gonna do just a few standard handshakes, you know, so a couple people around, and you know, Barack was shaking everybody's hand, and so they was like, okay, this man gonna be here all day, we got to get him, you know, like so and so, and you know, Barack kept shaking everybody's hand, and the man said, sir, you know, let us get, you know, and Barack said, this is important. And the guy who was telling the story, military guy, like he literally started choking up,
Mhm.
had to hold his head down. And he said, that man shook 800 hands.
Mhm. He was
Wow.
in tears. Huh?
Yeah. He said, because what he couldn't see, the soldiers had figured out, oh, he gonna stay and shake everybody's hand.
Mm-hmm.
And so he said, outside of the hangar or whatever they were
Mhm.
in,
Mm-hmm.
there was a line. And dude said, no way. And he said, Barack shook every hand.
Yeah.
He shook 800 hands.
Well-
Donald Trump won't even go meet planes.
That's what happens when you take your actual job and role responsibly and you
Mhm.
know what you're supposed to do. And
And
you're
you actually
a
care
good
about
guy.
people.
Yeah.
Yeah, you
you're
actually
good.
about
care.
people.
Like we literally have somebody, and that's why I love the new CNN poll that came out. that they clowning him on these numbers, man.
Oh yeah.
Like one of the most
yes.
hated presidents.
Yes. Yes. And
Ever.
they did a poll about like
Love
presidents
it.
during this time of their State of the Union. Like he is like his numbers are like in the 30s, I think low 30s.
Yeah.
I think.
One of the most hated. But this is the other thing. And that's why, again, listening to other media outlets.
Mhm.
I heard on Larry Daniels' Favor.
I like it.
Love that girl.
Love her
Yeah.
too. Yeah.
Oh,
She beastie.
yes.
Yeah, she
Beastie.
And but she talked about this morning when Trump is getting ready to try to sell his picture about what he's done, that we have other countries now. Europe has decided they no longer are going to accept MasterCard and Visa to process payments in a country.
Wow.
That in 2022, whatever was going on, Visa cut off Russia's ability to process payments.
Oh.
And so other countries was looking, but these are American-based companies.
Mm-hmm.
So other countries were watching, and there had been like some talk in the background about we got to do something because America can't have that kind of control. And so American legislators or whatever didn't think that people would get to this moment quickly. They've announced it's called Wero, W-E-R-O. It's if you go to Yahoo Finance, the story is there. And they have now created their own payment processing situation where they will not process, they don't need to use Visa and MasterCard to process transactions. And they said that literally these companies are going to lose $24 trillion.
Wow.
And this is because not only Trump, but what happened with Russia,
Mhm,
and then Trump acting and letting people know, no permanent friends. If I decide y'all in my way, I'm gonna mess over y'all. And so I'll be talking about that on my show tomorrow. But that really, it was people in the financial industry. I had to pick up the phone and call them today. Like, have y'all heard this? Are y'all paying attention to this?
Wow.
And what if other countries decide to do that?
Right.
Mm-hmm.
Which they probably are. I mean, I think what we're seeing is the world coalescing around like how do we
How do we not
Fight
be
back.
dependent on
right. How do we
America?
not, exactly.
How do we- think about
fight back
this.
against this?
As Americans, we
This
have
tyrant.
enjoyed
Yep.
the fact that wherever we go, for the most part in the world,
Mhm.
everybody else knows our language.
Mhm. Yes. Yes.
We don't know nobody's.
Yeah. Yeah.
And if we go and we visit South Africa, this place, we get irritated when don't nobody speak English.
Mm-hmm.
The world has capitulated
Yep.
to us.
Mm-hmm.
But we had demonstrated that we was halfway decent.
Right.
Not always right,
Right.
but halfway decent.
Right.
Now our word means nothing under Trump.
Nope.
And so people are now rethinking that dynamic.
Right.
And that's why you see these alliances, China, Russia.
Mm-hmm.
He keeps talking about we getting ready to go into Iran.
Yeah, right.
Let me tell you right now,
Right.
all I could think of was Robin Harris. We don't die, we multiply.
Right. Yeah. Yeah.
Because these are people that's willing to kill themselves
Yep.
to kill you.
Correct.
And you cannot
what you wanna
bomb
mess
your
with.
way
Nope.
out of what's going on.
Nope.
But because you don't have a diplomatic bone in your body.
Correct.
Or red enough.
Yeah.
That too.
So I just don't know. As you stand up in front of the country tonight,
Mhm.
like what truths are you gonna tell?
No.
None.
Because the reality, we have military deployed everywhere.
Everywhere. Yeah. Everywhere.
We
Everywhere.
make ourselves more vulnerable and less safe. And then let's not forget, you have killed over 140 people.
Yeah. Yeah. The numbers
Blowing
just
up
come out.
boats.
We don't know who they are. We don't know what they done did. We don't know nothing. All we know is, another boat done blown up.
We had that one little showing us some drugs, that looked planned.
If you
and
watch
staged.
Scandal, you know how that's fake.
Yeah, I mean, like you blew up a whole boat and all the money conveniently landed in one little
Just
place,
Come on.
floating neatly underwater, all wrapped up.
Come on.
Stop playing with me.
Come on.
But so that's what, like, if we're not saying none of that,
Right.
what are we talking about?
Right.
And to your
Right.
point about the pedophilia, like this stuff is scandalous. How many people
Horrible.
are connected to this? So I
Yeah.
always go back to his first term. I'm here to drain the swamp and fill it with what?
But you the swamp.
Yeah,
So you drain the swamp.
you
to fill
drained it
back
and
up
filled it with like
you?
things that's even worse than what was in there.
Right. Yeah. 10 times.
And then you have all these self-righteous people that's sitting back in the cut, trying to act like we're so morally right. We got the compass of morality on our side. And I'm like, all of this is nonsense.
Nonsense.
It's scandalous where we are right
Yeah,
now.
it is. It is. One more national thing, real quick. Down in Texas, early voting has started.
Yep.
From what I was made aware of, I'm pulling for you, Jasmine. I wish I was the Texan. I'll be to cast my vote, but I really do hope she comes out.
But we gotta pay attention because
But we
Texas
gotta
is
pay
already
attention.
having drama. Our sister went live on the first day of early voting.
And she
Black woman.
she faced a whole bunch of poppers trying to vote. Correct?
Yeah,
Yeah.
she said
Yeah,
she went
yeah.
in and they
And
told her
was
she wasn't on the
determined.
voting roll.
Mhm, yeah.
She was like, I voted in the last election and everyone before that.
mhm.
You ain't on the voting rolls. We
Oh,
need
yeah.
we need ID. You
Oh
need
yeah,
a
they're gonna
passport.
try to muddy it.
She came back with a passport and they told her we can't find it in the system.
How you gonna just lose me in the
A
whole system?
passport.
A pass, right?
And so then they told her you need your driver's license.
Mhm,
So she
mhm.
was on her way to her car to get her driver's license when she decided to post. Now I've never seen the follow-up post if she got to vote, even provisionally that day.
I believe she did.
So
I was following that story. I believe she did.
I didn't see the follow-up.
Yeah, I believe
But
she
the
did.
one thing I'm glad you brought it up. I want to make sure that our people understand. In some states, depending on where you live, even real ID is not going to be enough to help you vote. If they are able to pass the SAVE Act at the federal level,
Mhm.
Yeah.
and that
Mhm.
changes, a married woman,
Mhm.
you come in to vote, your name does not match your birth certificate.
Mhm.
Now you need to produce a marriage certificate. You got to go through all these hoops to be able to vote. And people say, but I got real ID. Real ID is good for flying. It is not necessarily good for voting
Mhm.
because it does not prove citizenship. And what this new legislation in the SAVE Act will require, not citizenship, that you were born in this country. Citizenship. It doesn't prove citizenship.
Mhm.
So
Mhm.
because there are people that are illegal, but they have been given the right to work in this country who have real ID.
Mm.
And so, I'm telling people, like, if you have not ordered your birth certificate, you don't know where it's at, I need you to get that. And Black people, I mean, y'all,
Because that's next. Yeah.
because more and more Black people are being
Yeah.
interacted with by ICE.
Yeah.
They're
Yeah.
being pulled over, they're
Yeah.
being harassed and stopped.
Yeah.
When you get ready to go vote, I think at one time the county executive had his name removed from the voting rolls. Go back and look it up. I think Saquana Taylor,
Mm.
David Crawley. We did a purge here in Wisconsin. And if I'm not
Mm.
mistaken, even the county exec had his name removed from the voting rolls.
Wow.
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 Yeah.
Wow.
So we're gonna have to be on top of it, and we're gonna have to make sure our folks are on top of it. Everybody needs to go to myvote.wi.gov,
Yep.
check your current voter registration status, and check it at least, I hate to say this, check it once a month
At least, yeah.
as we go
All
into
the way
these
up
elections,
into midterms.
because these
Yep.
people get ready to play games.
Yep, they
Yep.
definitely are.
Yep.
We got what for us locally, the April primaries coming up.
Primaries are over. So we're in the
right.
general
You're in-
election.
We're in the general election, but
Yeah.
we got, but okay, what's April is what?
April is the general election. For
April's
Supreme
general
Court.
election. Okay.
Yeah, because February would have been the primary,
Okay.
but we only had 2 candidates running for Supreme Court. And then we had a few contested races, like in terms of county supervisor races.
Okay.
Mhm.
But for the most part, it was outlying communities in Milwaukee County, not city of Milwaukee, that had stuff on the ballot in February.
Oh, my mom says very informative. Hey, mom. Yeah, thank you. Yeah. So yeah, locally, I want to switch gears locally, and I'm glad you brought up the local races. We got state Supreme Court.
Yep.
And Judge Taylor, not Lena Taylor, but Judge, I forget her
Chris
first
Taylor.
name. Chris Taylor
Yep.
is running against
Judge Maria Lazar.
who is the Republican
Conservative.
conservative
Yeah.
opponent. Yes.
Mhm.
So we have had a candidate on here on our show that's running right now for county supervisor in District 7, which
Mhm.
is and
I got a couple questions just because of that.
and you brought some information up on your show. We kind of brought it up lightly on our show about some name issues that was brought up. We want to talk about that real for a moment. We want to stick a pin there and just get this kind of out. Hey, you said you got some questions?
Yeah, I do.
All right.
Just because of your conversation about Stacey, his name,
Mhm.
the concern there.
Yes. So when you run for office, my name is Cordelia Bryant,
Mhm.
but everybody knows me as Michelle Bryant. So when I run for office, I have the ability to request that on my ballot, it says Michelle Bryant. I mean, on the ballot, when you go vote, it says Michelle Bryant, because that's what everybody knows me as. So we noticed that Stacy Smither had requested, his name appeared one way when he circulated his nomination papers, but he wanted it to read differently on the ballot. Okay, that's legal. But a couple of things didn't sit right with me, because I knew that he had received a pardon. I know that he had been in, had some criminal background, and I knew that. So anyway, I started looking around on CCAP, and I noticed that the use of both of those names, Smither, Smiter, and Smither, Smither, were both being used in court cases as recently as 2004. And the address is the exact same. And the name is either Stacy, Stacy, or variation Stacey, but the address is the same. The middle initial A is the same. This the same dude. So how do you have on legal documents two different spellings of your last name? And it's intentional, because if you go back and you look, there are other cases, and there is an interplay between using Smither and Smither. So one of the questions that I was asking the district attorney to tell me, what is this man's legal name? Because while you can use any name you want to in terms of people voting at the ballot booth, when you sign the bottom of that nomination form, you are certifying this is who you are. This is the address that you live at. I just want to get to the bottom of, what is this man's actual name? Because I couldn't find any document that said he changed his name from Smither to Smither. I can't find that document. He may have done it, but help me understand as a voter what's going on here. So those are the questions that I brought up.
Okay. So have you reached out to him to have a sit down to talk about that?
No, but he know.
Okay.
Yeah, he know.
Okay. I just wanted to know that too.
Yeah.
So you guys haven't talked yet.
No.
And then as far as him, he interviewed with you before?
No, I met him here.
Oh, never before?
No, I've never interviewed.
Okay, because I just asked him, had he, sat down with you before?
Yeah.
He said he sat down with you January 2024 when he was running for 5th District Alderman.
Oh, I don't even remember that.
Yeah, he said you hadn't asked him about any of that.
Well, none of that came up then. So why would I ask him?
Well, that's the thing. So
see, and this is what I'm saying. Now you see,
no, because I want y'all to sit down and talk. We gotta vote. Look, we gotta vote.
But see what's happening right now. See what you're doing.
What? These are questions I wanted to know.
Right, but you're in communication with him, right?
Well, that was he. No. Listen. So we were gonna plan that for us to ask you about coming again.
Yeah.
To speak with him. He's totally okay with sitting down with you.
All he got to do is call.
No, he felt like that about you. Why didn't you call him?
Because I'm not running for office, Negro. Ain't nobody got to figure it out.
No. As far as call him to talk about what you had to talk about.
Let me be clear. Let
I ain't running for office.
Let me be clear.
And I talked to him too.
No, he's coming here.
Yeah, he's coming.
You need people vote.
Yeah.
Right.
This your name and your damn reputation.
Right.
Shouldn't nobody have to chase you down to come find you for you to make sure people understand I'm legit, I'm above board, ain't nothing funny going on. Because this is your name. You think if I know somebody talking about me, just like Mark Chambers called last week,
He did.
everybody called me telling me you talking about me.
He did.
Okay, let's have a
Let me come
conversation.
clear the air.
You,
Yeah.
just like I said to Mandela, and I'm not doing him no different than I did Mandela Barnes when he wouldn't bring his behind the Black Talk Radio. You all over the moon and back making peanut butter sandwiches, but you won't bring your butt to Black Talk Radio.
Okay, he said he would come to you.
So
he said he would come to you
again. And I'm gonna just tell you right now, and I ain't trying to be disrespectful at all. All of this, even further, all of this for me, further, what's the word I can't even think right now. But all of this further cements for me the weakness in this whole moment, because he knows I'm asking questions. Pick up a phone. He knows I'm asking questions.
That's fair.
If you know somebody asking questions and question your credibility and what you doing, and you know how to access them, you ain't gonna say nothing to them. You gonna just let me keep talking?
In this case, I mean, I don't know the politics part. I don't know. Educate me. I'm learning. But if somebody talking about me and I know what they're saying isn't true, I don't know if I would feed into that.
But you running for office.
I
You
know,
need
but
people
I'm
to
gonna be.
believe you.
I'm gonna be in the place that I'm gonna be. But if what you're saying is incredible,
Well,
if I have documentation to
that's
say
that's
what's
not how
what-
you do politics. That's not.
I need to go everywhere that somebody's talking about me.
You need look. You don't have somebody out here questioning your identity,
Mhm.
and you don't answer that. One of the things about being in an elected office is that you are here to fight for people. You ain't even fighting for your damn self.
Okay.
So I mean, like, just think about that in this moment. Somebody's questioning your identity and making comments about whether or not you potentially are committing a freaking crime.
Well, that's
And you don't step up and say this is wrong.
From where I am. I'm going to vote, right? I want to know. I would think that they did everything they needed to do their due diligence.
No, they don't.
So that's what I'm saying.
The election
so everyday
commission does not verify. The election commission will tell you whatever. If you came up to the election commission and told them my name is Bobo the Clown, the election commission says we believe that your name is Bobo the Clown, and we're not going to question that. If I want to question that, I got to go to the public integrity office at the district attorney's.
And what that happened, right?
I reached out to them. I'm waiting for them to call me back.
Okay. Okay. That's fair. And then also I don't know about Felicia Martin.
Yeah.
I'm not familiar with her. It sounds like you are though.
Yeah.
What is her agenda? Like I don't know where we would find her to talk. Where is she talking?
Let me be clear. Felicia Martin, and I used to live in the district. I don't live in the district anymore. I lived in that district.
7?
Yeah. I was in 7 almost my whole adult situation since I've been back in Wisconsin. Felicia Martin is easily accessible. She is the former vice chair of the Democratic Party of Wisconsin. She is a current Milwaukee County Board Supervisor. She holds town halls. She does not run from conversations, and she is out doing doors. People in the community see her not because it's an election, but all the time. She is the sister that shows up when I was giving away toys for COVID, and I called her and her husband. I said, "Hey, I'm putting up some money. I need y'all to put up some money because we work together, and we need to make sure our kids got stuff whose parents is not working." She is a sister that shows up. I don't agree with Felicia on everything, and I'm not somebody that's supporting her in this race. So it's not like, oh, that's my friend, and I'm
I'm asking because of the two. I know you've been about him.
Yeah.
You said what you said about him. I just want to know her agenda because we live in 7th district and I don't see anything happening.
Well,
I would want to know what's her agenda and then what is she planning to do? What has she done? Planning to do?
And
I have
been
no
around,
idea.
And I'm gonna be honest. She holds town halls. I see herself when he comes out. So some of it may just be about making sure y'all looped in, so that you can find out the information. But I'm gonna tell you right now, if you call her office right now and say, I'm a constituent in the district and I need a phone call back because I need to understand the agenda, I bet you get a call back.
Okay, well, that's perfect because we're gonna hold a town hall for them to speak here.
Yeah.
And it'll be March 28th from noon to 3. And we definitely want her to come out. Stacy, we made him aware, so he'll be here.
Yeah.
So
y'all already sent the invite?
No, I'm gonna send it. We just confirmed that today, so I'll send it out. Because I really
I mean, you confirmed it with her?
No, not yet. I was gonna ask you for a contact information.
And this is the one thing, and I'm gonna tell people this.
Sure.
But I'm gonna tell people this. Like right now, we're working on a forum through my sorority that I'm in and a number of other community partners. One of the things I will tell anybody, folks say we want to have a forum, we're going to set it for March 28th, blah, 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 blah. The one thing I will tell you, give people the courtesy of saying we are looking at doing a forum. These are some dates we're considering. Let us know your availability. Because I don't know if you got a committee meeting that day, particularly 12 to 3. That's prime working hours potentially. I don't know. That's a Saturday.
That's a Saturday.
Yeah. So I don't know what you got going on. And then because of some of the stuff that these people do, and like she's a high profile Democrat. So she could be at a political event stopping for Chris Taylor right now, who's running for the Supreme Court. So that's the one thing. And then people will be disappointed because folks will say, I can't make it. Like literally right now, I'm talking to Judge Lazar's team, got back to me ASAP. I said, tell me the dates. These are the dates we got. They were like, look, we available here, here, and here. And then now I'm working with Judge Taylor's team. In fact, I'll be talking to them when I leave here tonight. We're because and I'm saying this even when I ran Lena's office. You can't just give Lena a date and say, can you be there? And particularly as you get closer to the time frame, then you'll be disappointed. And then people, sometimes even frustrated. Well, we called and we invited them to come and they didn't come. You're working with people who's got crazy schedules.
Yeah.
And they get, and it's, Women's History Month, Black History Month. So you got come to this. And then she's high profile. Like Felicia is very high profile. And not only, she was Barack Obama's Wisconsin's coordinator for his campaign.
Oh,
yeah, that's cool.
wow.
And the only reason I said that is just to talk about she, it's not somebody that's just like don't have a whole lot going on. So make sure you give as much advance notice and ask. These are the days work for you.
Well, what she already should have some town halls, being that it's April 7th, the voting. She should already maybe have some set up already. So, because I didn't see, I like I said, I live in that district. I've never ever heard of her.
Well, you know what I'm gonna do when we get off the phone, I'm gonna call police.
Yeah, because if we gotta go there, that would also be cool. One that she already has set up for people to come in. Because I looked at her website,
and I'm sure she'll come here.
Cool.
Yeah, we'll invite her in. We got some dates open too.
I want her.
But I'll call her and make sure I can get y'all as soon as we get off the show.
Yes, please.
We can do as much of that as
definitely
possible.
want her here.
Yeah.
I think people need to know, especially for these local elections like this, people, it's not given enough attention.
Yeah.
Because when I was knocking doors, I went down my whole block and nobody knew about April coming up. Like what? Actually, yeah. Like,
But that's
for real.
This actually is typical. This is
right.
Unless you got like a presidential attached,
right,
a governor's race attached,
right.
These are not high profile races,
right.
And so this happens all over America,
right.
That's why the midterms become so critical, because
correct.
People are just not paying attention.
Right.
It's almost like the lottery.
The
lottery can be, I don't know, $30 million, and don't nobody, But let them say the lottery is $200 million. Now everybody want to go play.
Everybody want to go play.
But you want to win 30 million.
Right. I'll take 3 million.
30 million wasn't important enough for you to get in. So we just got to make sure that, like you said, we're doing everything we can to educate people.
Yeah.
But I'm gonna just tell you this too about one of the reasons why I paid attention to that supervisor's race. We got enough folks representing us right now that don't do their damn job.
Amen.
No lies detected.
Amen.
We got enough people right now.
Don't hold their feet to the
This
fire.
is a game. They think they know and they don't know. When I was asking some of these people questions about their platform and what they was going to do, the stuff they was talking about, I was like, and Stacey is one of them. All of that's fine. Because at this point, I'm listening to stuff he said in different areas. All of the things you're talking about is fine. If that's what a county supervisor does. What you're talking about is what an alderman does. You running for the wrong thing. You ain't getting ready to deal with trash and crime and this and because that's not what the county does.
Right.
What does the county supervisor do?
County is services like health and human services, mental health, wellness kind of stuff, the courts.
Parks.
The parks. They don't deal with your crime in your neighborhood and the weed smoker and the dumping and your streets not fixed. That's not the county. And many of the things that he's been saying in rooms, all that sounds great.
Right.
If you was running for alderman, what you're running for, they don't deal with anything that you've been telling people you're gonna do when you get in the building. They don't do none of that.
Yeah, we should get them together. Hopefully she's available and we'll hear both sides and then we'll come back.
But and I'm gonna tell you
to be fair to him, because he's not here. And just the things I've heard him say, I haven't heard her. Like I said, I haven't seen and or heard her.
Well,
but is that a seat that's contested often, or
I mean,
or is it one of those that kind of just slide through? Like nobody's
contested.
Well, I mean, but none of them are.
Yeah,
you don't get a lot of people running against people.
Nope.
How many times has Malele had an opponent?
Oh,
right.
No, but I'm saying that's probably why you wouldn't have to hear her. You get what I'm saying? Because
you don't.
It's just there happening.
Yeah, and that's unfortunately we do that on too many things. A lot of these people, once they get in, they can be in for life. Because nobody run against them.
Run against
them. So I don't have to do debates. I don't have to send out mailers. And in all fairness, if I don't have an opponent, but I got to send out mailers, depending on the size of your district, you're talking thousands of dollars. And so, so it's a lot to do. But I'm gonna just tell people right now, and like I said, this was my beef with Mandela, and because of the way I am, the way Lena is, and for folks that are watching, I'm Lena's former chief of staff, almost off and on for 20 years, while she was in the state senate, and we some fighters.
Mhm.
And
Mhm.
you talk crazy, you come crazy. We ain't waiting for you to call us. We coming to see you. You not messing over
Yeah.
our district. You not messing over us.
That's what's
And
needed.
when you got somebody saying stuff and questioning stuff, and that's all it is questions. And I'm assuming they have easy answers. People pick Russell Stamper. I was in his behind about this raggedy house that was in his district that had caught on fire. It looked like 7 years ago, and it was still standing there, just leaning to the side. Trees growing all up through the house, and we was clowning.
Mhm.
And Russell Stamper heard, and he picked up the phone. He said, "Michelle, what you talking about?" And I was like, this, and this. He was like, "No, Shell." He was like, "We took care of that." And he said, "I'm riding over there." He went over there. To his credit, he stayed on the phone with me while he drove to the area I'm talking about. And Russell Stamper said, "Oh, I see. Oh." The next thing I know, Russell Stamper was calling me back. Yeah, that done came down.
House came down. See?
Yeah, they tore that down. That's what responsive leadership looks like.
Yes.
You don't sit back in the cut and let people say stuff and question because people are gonna question what you're doing as a county supervisor. People are gonna question what you doing on your committee.
Mhm.
Therefore, you come educate people.
Right.
And it's not my job.
Yeah, I have plenty to say because I there was funding given to Cooper Park area.
Okay.
That's part of her district as well. Tons of funding for the sewers and things. So I have lots of
Let's get her on. Let's get
She
her
had
on.
nothing to do with that.
How come?
Because
She's on boards, right?
yeah, but
No
I have nothing
boards.
to do with sewers. Sewers, I don't have any. I mean,
Yeah, let me research more about what the
Yeah.
supervisor does
Yeah.
and then what part she would have in it.
Yeah, because supervisors don't have nothing to do with no infrastructure unless it's in county park infrastructure. And that's why I said
Cooper Park was funded. That's what I'm talking about.
yeah, but again, it depends on what was being done or
Yeah.
where if
Okay,
it's
I'll find out what the
easy,
funding was,
happening.
what it was included.
But the only thing I'm gonna say is, and I really
It's not to
appreciate-
bash on her. We just really live in that area.
Don't be bothered by me. This is the level of animation that I bring to a lot of conversations.
No, you good.
But I
Love
appreciate constituents who want to know.
Mhm.
I appreciate people.
You know, I didn't email a billion times.
Yeah,
I
yes.
emailed them.
and
This
I
is for our
appreciate-
aldermen though, because I would love to know what they do as well.
Yeah.
And you just real quick, you mentioned because I know we got wrap. You mentioned Stamper.
Yeah.
Who's the alder person in 53206 where all the schools are closing?
But you got multiple because of the way 53206 is kind of
So
chopped
some of
up.
it's
So
in the
you got
lane.
probably 2 or 3 people that
Yeah.
probably got.
So maybe
pieces
all we
of
would need to see
53206.
all
We
of
can,
them.
we can.
I would love
I
that.
think
can
Malele
ask-
probably
yeah.
got a piece of
Yeah,
53206.
she does.
Pratt got a piece of 53206. I don't know who else might.
I'm from over there in all the
Jackson.
schools. I'm just concerned. I would love to
Jackson,
know.
right? What's his name?
Who's Jackson?
The brother.
DeAndre?
DeAndre.
No,
that's over
DeAndre
there.
State.
DeAndre is
Okay.
up.
Okay.
Yeah, DeAndre is over.
Yeah, he said.
Yeah.
Okay.
So it's probably like I think Alderwoman Pratt and Alderwoman Cos probably both got a
Okay.
bit of
Okay.
206.
Okay.
I know we got to wrap, but I do have one question hold over from last week, and we don't got to go into it. But we had Shannon Ross on the show last
Yeah,
week,
okay.
and I so
He
Shannon.
saved all the best for last.
Yeah, that is a real quick question. I don't really have to go into your disagreement unless you want to, but the question was,
Sounds like she needs a first.
we posed to him, we
She
posed to
definitely
him
posed.
around his thoughts around that. But his what he said was
You run their blood pressure. all
what
the way
he
up.
said was simply this. He said he wants to have a conversation with you, and what he doesn't like, his words, that you speak about him publicly when he's tried to reach out to you to talk about this. So
First of
would you
all,
invite him to come talk
playing
about
like
it?
You done personally texted me about Michelle. Can we sit down and have a conversation?
Yeah.
Because I think they asked me to come on Wisconsin Voices
Okay.
once.
Okay.
And I can go
Uh-huh.
back and look through my phone because he said that on Facebook
Okay.
when I was eating at him on Facebook the other
With
day.
Dr.
You been going
Dr.
out.
Myers.
You know,
I saw
and
that.
I'm like,
I
bro,
saw
stop acting like you done called me.
Okay.
And like, Michelle, can we meet? And I just ignored you.
Gotcha.
It did not happen like that.
Okay.
And I've just allowed that to just linger out there.
Yeah.
But again, I ain't hard to find.
Look,
If you want to come holler at me, Wisconsin Voices had a radio show at our very same radio station.
Shannon, you need to call in to Michelle's show in the
Stand-
morning.
He can call in.
Call in.
He can-
Yeah.
The other day, this man been trying to catch up with me for I don't know how long. I opened the door. He was standing right there. Hey, sir, how you doing? So it's not like I'm hiding. I'm
Yeah.
not, but me and Shannon just gonna have problems.
You call in, Shannon. Call
Call
in.
in,
Talk
that
to the
really-
channel. Clear the air.
But
Yeah.
it ain't no air to be cleared.
Okay.
Because,
They don't care to be clear.
you know, first of all, I'm gonna stand on no brother that with a murder conviction could have got that job paying 6 figures.
We're talking
only
about the
out
Office
of
of
jail.
Violence.
Office
Yeah.
of Violence Prevention,
Adam
only
Consent.
out of jail like 5 years. No,
There's some
as far
credence
as
to
I'm
that.
concerned,
Some credence to
no real work record because he got out of jail and ends up with some job as an assistant executive director right out the gate. Stop playing with me. But okay, and then you stayed the interim director. You know, and what? I'm just saying. So, you know, you didn't have the experience that justified you being in charge of a budget
Yeah.
of that size,
Mhm.
staffing, raising money. I'm just like, the resume didn't match. And I'm gonna stand on again. Here you have all these qualified Black people who ain't never committed a crime,
Yeah.
got advanced education and degrees, and you get beat out by a job by somebody that committed murder and only been out of prison for 5 years. That's that study that Leonard Wells did at UWM that said a white man with a criminal record had a better shot at getting a job than a Black man who had never committed a crime with
Mm.
advanced education.
Mm.
It's the Leonard Wells, former Milwaukee
Leonard
police
Wells.
officer study.
Leonard Wells.
Leonard Wells,
I'm
okay.
gonna have to look that up.
Look
look
at
that up,
Leonard
yeah.
Wells, and he wasn't even original on it. Somebody else had done it. He did like a let's go back and revisit it and see if it's still true.
Okay.
And here you same thing. And then even Shannon, my beef with him. I read the thing on the NPS website where they had featured an alumni. And I'm okay, you want to feature Shannon? Well, he writes on here, I was a incarcerated dreamer. No, man, you killed somebody. Stop playing with me. Some whole person is dead. And you
You're
talking about some damn I was an incarcerated dreamer.
Yeah.
I'm not telling you I don't want people to be reformed because I
Right.
do.
Right.
And I work with Lena on reforming the justice system.
Mhm.
I'm not ever telling you I want nobody not to have a second chance.
Mhm.
But what you got to do for me is not be giving me this whole we're going to rewrite how people see us nonsense.
Mhm.
I did something wrong. I took somebody's life.
Mhm.
I've done everything I can do to make that right. But you want the NPS and boo NPS for letting this man get on here and say that.
Mm.
I was the incarcerated dreamer. Well, what does that mean? I sold drugs. You was dreaming about big money. I mean, what does that mean?
Yeah.
You killed somebody, sir. And only white boys seem to be landing after murdering folks in high-profile jobs, making 6 figures.
Hey, I wish I could make me a 6-figure high-profile job.
Man.
And I mean, like people like mad at me for saying the quiet part out loud.
Yeah.
Bruhs don't get these opportunities.
Yeah.
Black
We don't.
people don't
We
get
don't.
these opportunities.
Honestly, we don't.
And then it's
No.
all done under the cover of night. Adam Parcell comes out of nowhere. as
Yeah,
far as
that
the
whole
community
process
is
was
concerned.
jacked up.
You know, so
whole
Chevy got
process was jacked.
some weight to
Yeah.
carry for that.
Yeah.
Yep.
You set him up to,
All,
to,
yep.
to
All
catch
day.
it. But then when he come out, and y'all know, he right out the gate, he came out talking strong and wrong.
I don't like that.
If the mayor don't like it, he can
Yeah.
fire me. And then you out here, the police need more money.
Hey, that's not your lane, bro.
The police need more money.
It's not your lane.
And then when I had an opportunity to interview him, and he was talking about, well, you know, in prison, you know, if the CO's not paid well, and now I'm paraphrasing, you know, they take it out on the inmates. So then they're supposed to get fired, not get more money.
Right.
I'm working in the prison system.
You know how many
Right.
people go to work every day and are underpaid and don't take it out on the people they work with? And then you out here passing out love letters to every police department.
Yeah.
So let's just look at this. So white man committed a murder over the Office of Violence Prevention. You come out in support of the police right out the gate, and then talking about they need to get more money. How the community supposed to feel about that?
Yeah.
Mhm.
And
Mhm.
then Shannon wants to say, well, you know, the statistics say in the last 6 months, crime has went down here, 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 and here. And I'm not saying, to Shannon's credit, I'm not saying that he's fully responsible. He ain't responsible for none of it. He's not responsible for none of it. 0. You only been on the job 6 months. You think you're the reason why robberies went down? No. You think you're the reason why purse snatches stopped or homicides?
Shannon, call Michelle when
Call,
you get
yeah,
a
please
chance,
call
man.
in.
Tomorrow.
Look, and the only
Oh, yeah,
reason
yeah.
Shannon did it, because Shannon was out here pitching for him.
Mhm.
And that's the
Mhm.
thing. Don't want to involve yourself out here trying to get, you holding the little Facebook, meeting so everybody can see him, and you want to do something on your show. So you want to be out here when people come checking for you then, since you co-signing. Now, why are you coming for me? Why are you because you out here co-signing.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
the minute you put yourself out in the public,
You out there now.
you out there.
Yeah, that's true.
And people gonna
That's
ask
true.
questions.
And
If
you
you don't
gotta-
want nobody asking questions.
And you gotta be ready for it.
Yeah.
So
So it ain't, and the one thing I'll tell Shannon, it ain't never personal.
there's business.
It ain't never personal.
There's business.
Nothing I said is untrue,
Yep.
and nothing I said is personal.
Yep.
But if you think I ain't gonna say it, and I'm gonna just say this, I take advantage of my ability to say it because I know I got a whole bunch of people around me that can't say it
Yeah.
because of the jobs they hold, the things that they do.
Mhm.
There's many a day I want to quit radio and go do something else.
Mhm.
But the number of people that come to me and say, I'm so glad somebody's able to say this out loud.
Mhm.
And so until it
Mhm.
costs me so much that I can't do it anymore. But nah, bruh, you ain't gonna never make me believe that brothers come out of jail committing murder and only been out of jail for 5 years and you get a job paying 6 figures. The hell out of here.
Seeing as a person that working in criminal justice, that
We
does not
don't
happen.
get it.
That does
Well,
not happen.
is it?
We don't get it.
I think we got the rap sign.
So we gonna no
Oh, never mind.
No.
I thought you was
Can
giving.
5 more minutes. 5 more minutes. 5 more minutes.
Okay.
5 more minutes. Michelle, thank you.
Yes, thank you. Give
Man,
it-
I
give it
can't
yourself
come
here, man.
mess with you, man.
Man.
No, I can't come mess with y'all.
Wow.
Already be in trouble.
Who
I can't come
was
mess
you
with
in
y'all.
trouble? Who do I need to
stay
call?
in trouble.
Who do I
stay-
need to call? No, seriously though, y'all better leave Michelle alone.
Yeah.
Look,
That's
you
that's
know how I think about
she's
these
the
people.
community auntie. Y'all leave auntie alone.
I see.
Y'all leave auntie
I was
Michelle
like, thank you
alone.
about these
But thank you
folks.
for coming.
Thank
Every
you for
time
inviting
I
me.
tell
I
you,
appreciate it.
I tell my son that you get around, he be like, "Dad, you finna give Michelle up?" Yeah, I'm telling you.
I
I'm
can-
finna tell you, man.
I continue
I
to
take y'all to
be
tell you.
proud of what you are doing.
Thank you,
and the
thank
way
you.
took this platform and have made it your own.
Yeah, we grow. I got a co-host
Yeah.
now. We announcing candidates for
Wow.
office.
We gonna ask
Oh,
all the
he
candidates.
ain't really controversial enough. So
Ah, you.
both of y'all
true.
kind of chill.
I'm
Yeah,
very
yeah,
chill.
we
You gotta
But
have-
We
I
are.
ain't gonna let you
It
say
gotta
some
be
bullshit
somebody.
though.
Oh, there it
You
is.
know, like Orlando was
Yeah,
here.
yeah.
I you
Now,
just can't
you know
come
what,
here and
though?
say
What
anything.
gets him hype up is when we get one of those black MAGA in.
Yeah, it's ridiculous.
Then he
Ridiculous.
comes out then.
Because you gotta have
Oh.
facts over feelings, and I'm
Right.
full of facts.
Right,
So-
right. So we got some black Republicans that come in then, yeah, because we had this one guy on here. I don't know where Tay found him. At. I think she found him on the corner or something. What's dude's name?
Emmett,
What- what's dude's name?
Emmett.
Emmett.
Oh, so he was live in Facebook.
That
Okay.
damn fool.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, he wasn't
We,
prepared.
and
So
he was trying to give him
yeah.
lifeline.
He was not
He
prepared.
wasn't. He was.
At least Orlando come in prepared. So I can actually debate you. Yeah,
Definitely.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Orlando
Orlando
was cool. Oh, he's cool.
yeah, yeah.
He went to the training class.
Yeah.
Because they got training
Right,
classes for black
right.
Republicans.
Yeah. Yes, they do.
They do. Because
Yeah.
they tell them, I'm telling you, this is in the handbook
Yeah.
for black Republicans. When the Democrats or liberal progressives get at you,
Mhm.
just say, why are you yelling? Why are you upset? Why can't say monotone? They all do it. It's in the playbook.
Yeah.
They go
He did.
to
Yep.
a class. I'm
Yep.
telling you.
And then he spits out a whole bunch of numbers
Yeah,
and facts.
just a
about
whole bunch of
stuff.
nonsense.
Like, man, what the hell? What?
Dummy
Yeah,
facts.
but he got it down.
Yeah, he
And
does.
then his
He
smile.
does. Yes.
Come on, Michelle.
No, he was
Yeah.
Come
not.
on.
We didn't have any issues with Orlando.
Yeah, that shit. He
Yeah.
did.
Yeah, it was
We love you,
fun.
Orlando. Come
I
back.
bumped
Yeah,
Orlando
yeah, Orlando,
head
come on here.
all the time.
Yeah,
It was
we're
like,
busting him up. He's
yeah.
busting up, but you know what? He took the shots though. I'm
Yeah.
like,
Orlando,
I'm
he gonna play.
yeah,
Yeah.
He gonna play because he really don't have nowhere to play in his own party. So he got
Right. This was fun for him. But thank you again.
Yeah, thank
we're gonna
you.
come back next week. Hopefully we have a part 2 with Michelle coming on
Man, I'm
again.
not messing with you no more, man.
Where Osprey was driving him up.
The room big enough? Is your room big enough? Is your room big enough? I tell people all the time,
That is
though,
too funny.
I only talk about the work.
Yeah.
I'm not,
Yes. Yeah.
See, you got me in trouble. And I got an alderwoman out here listening.
Oh boy.
She just hit me.
That's too funny.
I see you, sis.
That's funny. Yeah, so we can definitely gonna have you back.
I ain't calling no
We
names.
calling no names. We ain't calling no names. Yeah, we're gonna get you back. But upcoming, y'all, we got some. We reached out to a few candidates for governor.
Yep.
That's gonna come through. Because y'all already know who I am. I'm already Team Crawley, so it is what it is.
Yeah.
But we do have some other candidates that have reached back out and
Yep.
confirmed. So coming up, so you guys will be seeing that pretty soon. And information coming out. Mandela Barnes is one of them, so that's gonna be fun. So yeah, y'all. But thanks everybody for coming in and joining us. We had a good time.
Yeah.
At the old corral. I have just made up my mind that I'm not gonna go watch that farce of a speech when I get home. I'm actually going to go have dinner with my wife and kid. Because my oldest baby done moved out on me, so it's just me and my son and my wife at home now.
Not almost empty nester.
Yeah, almost. I don't think my son gonna all the way move out. I think he gonna be one of those that's gonna be like drifting around for a minute. But yeah, almost there, almost empty nesters. But that's what I'm getting ready to do. I'm gonna go home and probably watch Paradise.
Yeah, I got.
Everybody has said it's so.
Have you seen it at all?
I have not seen it.
Oh my God, you got to go watch season.
Everybody
the first
tells
season.
me.
Watch it. It had me from the first episode.
What is it about?
It's about
the end of the world.
Basically the end of the world.
Oh, it's a black man who say, "Baby, I'm coming," or whatever.
Yes.
Yep.
Okay.
Yes.
What's his name? What's his name?
Well,
yeah, we probably don't got time.
He's a hell of an actor.
Yeah. Sterling K.
Sterling K.
Yeah.
Oh, and my man?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
I love him though.
Yeah.
But no,
I'm
gonna tell you what I just got done binge watching. I told everybody on my show, the Titans, The Rise of Wall Street.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. That's on my list. That's on my list.
I heard you mention that.
If y'all want to understand this game,
Mhm.
you know, we go to JP Morgan, we go to Chase Bank,
Mhm.
you hear
Rockefeller
Maryland
and all that.
Yeah, understand how all these people got started,
Yep.
and that for some of them, JP Morgan,
Mhm.
slavery is in the mix.
Oh, of course.
Sachs, slavery is
Goldman
in
and
the mix.
Sachs.
Because one of them's name was Sachs,
Uh-huh.
and they talk about how they that we potentially almost lose the war to free, and it wasn't about freeing us, but we potentially almost lose the war because Abraham Lincoln says we ain't got enough money to keep going. We need to get some bonds sold. The banks are sitting back like, man, we ain't gonna play because the banks are private. Slavery benefiting us. We ain't gonna play. So this individual, Sachs, decides I'm gonna sell bonds to the American people. He sells the equivalent of about, I think they said like either $30 million in bonds or some crazy number. We're able to pay for everything we need, and the Union is able to win the war. But had that move not happened, we don't have money to keep fighting the war.
We're talking a different story.
We could have a whole different story.
Wow. Rise of Titans.
It's called Titans.
Titans. Okay.
And the Rise of Wall
It's on
Street.
Rise of Wall Street.
Yeah, and it takes you from Civil War all the way up to the early 2000s.
Okay.
Yeah.
And how CNN starts, how Ted Turner starts, where the financing comes from, the dirty deals that was done.
Ooh.
Yeah, for people that like to know the history and the backstory, especially brothers. Brothers love talking about money. And you know, who got what? The Rockefellers. Nah. JP Morgan. I didn't know JP Morgan created US Steel.
Created US Steel, you say?
Because he owned the railroad, one half of the railroad. So he's like, I gotta buy all this stuff. He started US Steel.
Wow.
Yeah.
See?
Yeah.
Learn something new every day.
So I'm telling you,
history right there.
History right there.
Yeah, include that in the lineup of things that you watch, because it puts the banking industry and the housing crisis, these big banks, corporations, too big to fail. All of it could fail. All of it could fail.
Titans on Netflix, y'all.
Yeah,
Titans on Netflix. Okay. Well, hopefully you invite me on your show one of these times, Michelle. One of these mornings.
I just be thinking you have work for me.
I'm gonna take work for you. I'm taking a personal day for that. I'm coming in.
You know what?
Woohoo! I'm doing it all. Yeah.
No, you didn't.
I had to do it. I'll be at work, but if you say, "Hey D, I need," hey,
All you gotta do is tell me what day you available, and I'll make sure my
I'll
calendar.
come and do a co-hosted thing with you. That'd be fun.
Yeah.
Yeah, we're gonna have real fun.
Nah, bro, you gotta watch the company you keep. you can't hang out with everybody.
Hang out with everybody.
You know, people will be targeting your phone. You
Mhm.
know, the fans will be listening. You gonna hear
Right.
that click
Well,
click when you talking.
I'm gonna say this: if Facebook ain't got me from how hard I was going on Trump, if I ain't already being watched, okay, whatever.
Oh, trust me, it's way more to come.
You said it's way more.
It's way more.
It's way more.
It's way more.
I guess.
Yeah,
Okay.
it's way more.
Well, hey, y'all have a good evening. Again, thank y'all for tuning in. Come back next week for part 2, and sayonara.
All right. Hi, Mom.
All right now.